So hello everyone, this is Yuvraj Murmu from the FX team of DesCo, and I'm here today to take your session on After Effects. In this session, you will get to learn about the whole interface of After Effects and how the basic things work in it. And also, I'm going to make a project about a bouncing ball to give you a hands-on experience about how every tool works in After Effects. So now let's get to it. So there are some basic settings that can improve the performance of After Effects on your laptop or PC, and I'm going to show you some of those settings. So first you go to the edit and click on preferences, and then you go to general settings, and from the general settings you go to the memory. Okay, so what it does is that, look, RAM reserved for other applications, which is 5 GB. You can decrease as much as you want so that more RAM is reserved for the processing of the video on your After Effects. See, sometimes the work you do on After Effects is heavy and needs more memory. So it's better you reserve more memory for the After Effects and reduce the memory for other applications. Okay, so then click OK. Now it is good. And now I'm going to show you another settings, which is, let's first go to file and then go to project settings and then select this Mercury GPU acceleration. You may have selected as the Mercury software only. From there you select Mercury GPU. Why is that so? Because you want your After Effects to exploit the GPU, not your RAM. Okay, so you may see that your After Effects is using RAM, not your GPU. So click OK. Now you go to edit again, go to preferences and turn on auto save. See, sometimes you are working on a project for hours and you don't save it, but like After Effects, because you do so much heavy work on it, it lags and sometimes it may cause some errors and it may freeze completely, and then you have to restart or it restarts on its own. So all your work, all your hard work is lost. So you need to make sure that you save it after a periodic time. So you just save every 5 minutes. I've already done that because I have seen what happens when you don't auto save your project. You can take 5 minutes, okay? Let me change that. And then click OK. So now I'm going to give you a brief introduction to the interface of After Effects. So let's start with the toolbar. Okay, this is the toolbar. Basically, these are the tools that you will be using to create some project. We will learn one by one about each tool that is listed here. Okay, and now talking about this big window. This is the main window, which is called composition window. This window is where we create our new composition, or this is where basically we create our projects. Talking about what a composition is. See, if you have already watched Premiere Pro tutorial taken by Nishant, then you know what a sequence is. A composition is similar or identical to a sequence. In Premiere Pro, you take different sequences, you cut them, merge them to make a video. Similarly, here you make compositions, and each composition does a specific task, and you can merge them or take these compositions to make motion graphics. This was it, and these compositions are generally about 5 seconds, 10 seconds, or at max a minute. Okay, this is it. So now we get to the project window. Here we import all our files, our media, or all these compositions that we create here are listed here. Okay, these compositions are listed here. The media files are listed here, and basically we can drag and drop here in our video layer. This is the timeline indicating for every video, and here there is a layer for each video. Okay, I'm going to show you. Basically, I'm just telling you what the function of that panel is. And here you see different kinds of panels: info, preview, tracker, paragraph, character, and many more. And this effects and presets, it is one of the most important part of here. I'm going to teach you about each of these. Okay, so let me show you one more thing. You can move this tracker window and take it here. You can take effects and preset and take it here, and you can move character and take it here, and you can even take this and move it here, and you can just take it here. You can move any panel and move it wherever you want. So in a way, you can make your own custom window where you can place each panel according to your easiness, according to your preference. Okay, but maybe sometimes you don't want that. You may get in this situation where you don't know where to place all these things. How can you reverse the situation? So just go to the window, select workspace, and go to reset motion tracking to save layout. Okay, you go here and like this. This is the basic layout of After Effects. You go from Windows, Workspace, and you can every time you can change it to save layout. Okay, so that you avoid that situation. This was it. So now we are going to create a new composition. So simply you can create a new composition from clicking here, or you can go to composition and create new composition. Okay, you can choose whatever you want. Composition you want, you can name whatever you want. Uh, Let us rename it as this. Basically, this is preset. This is going to determine the aspect ratio, but I would rather say leave it to custom, and we are going to change it to 1920 by 1080 pixel. Okay, and this is going to determine the resolution of your video. So now we see the frame rate. You can set frame rate to 30 or 25 as you want. I choose 25 as frame rate. And then resolution. Resolution decides in the project window, like here. This is the project window. So here, when you see the video, at what resolution you want? Do you want the resolution of the video to be full? It means like according to the same quality as the original video, or you can decrease it to half. Why? Why you should decrease the resolution to half? Because when you see your project in the composition video, so it is a bit smaller and you don't need to see so much details of the video, so it can improve your performance. Also, the video can be previewed smoothly. Now we see the duration of the video, how longer your composition is going to be. See, this is the first two bits here indicate the frames. Okay, and the next two here indicate seconds, and similarly the next two indicate minutes, and the next indicates hours. And here the background color, you can choose the background color according to your preference. I would set it as black and then click OK. So your first composition is now created. Okay, this is the first composition. See, everything like every composition you create and every media files that you are going to create is going to be here. So you can import any media by right clicking and you get these options. You get import and go to file and select the file that you want to import. I want to import this file, so I imported it. Okay, this is the file here, and you can see in this video panel our first project composition has been opened. So you drag and drop this video into your composition. So now your composition is inside the video. As you can see, it is playing. Okay. You can also double click to import any file or folder here. Okay. So now our video has been imported into the composition. We are going to learn about some basic tools that we can use. So let's increase or decrease the aspect ratio. Okay. So now one by one we will go through the toolbar. Every tool here listed here. Okay. So first is the selection tool. See here it is written shortcut to the selection tool is V. You can simply click V to select the selection tool. Of course, it is already selected, so it is not showing any change. So what is selection tool is used for? Selection tool is basically used to like add any videos or these elements to the video panel and select any tools or select any effects or drag any effects to these videos. Okay, I will tell you about the effects and presets later. Okay, this is the work of select tool. You can also move this video in and out of the frame. Okay, so basically I can move this video in and out of the frame using this selection tool. So now we are going to the hand tool. So what does hand tool do? The hand tool basically moves the video with the frame. Okay, so in selection tool the video was moving in and out of the frame, but here the frame is also moving along with the video. See, you can also zoom in and zoom out of the video using scroll down and scroll up. Okay, and you can move the video from here along with the frame. Okay, this is what hand tool does. So we select V to select the selection tool, and now we get the selection tool. So what is the shortcut to hand tool? It is H. Okay, so this is the shortcut. See, basically you don't need to learn too much shortcuts. I will you can see what are the keyboard shortcuts that are important in After Effects. You can check it from Google or any website. If possible, I will take another session to tell you more about the keyboard shortcuts. Okay. So now you can select the hand tool using spacebar also. Okay, just continuously press the spacebar and you get the. I am continuously pressing the spacebar and I can use the hand tool also. And now I can release the spacebar and it is also selection tool. Okay, so now we move to the next tools. So now the next tool is rotation tool. Okay, the shortcut for it is W. You can use it or you cannot. It is not as much important as the hand tool and the selection tool. Okay, so the rotation tool is used to rotate the video. See, like the video layer can be rotated like this. Okay, We can also rotate it continuously. This is what rotation tool does. Now press V, the selection tool again. Now we go to the next tool, that is anchor point tool. Okay, so what does anchor point tool does is decide the anchor point. Using this, we can move the anchor point from one place to another. See what anchor point is. Anchor point is the point of reference. Any effect you add or any transform properties, like you move, you apply the rotation effect. So the rotation effect happens with reference to the anchor point. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how it happens. Let me take this anchor point here and select the rotation tool again, and now rotate it. See, the video layer is rotating with respect to the anchor point. And when you are making project, this anchor point is very important. So better move it to the center. And now we are going to the shape tool. Okay, so just long press it, and you can see the rectangle tool, the rounded rectangle tool, ellipse tool, polygon tool. See, basically these are the shape tools. You can select any shape, and we can use them to make any shape on our project. Okay, but first let me unselect my clip, like should not have selected the clip. And now with the video layer unselected, click on the shape layer and now make any shape. See, a rectangle has been made. You can change the fill of the rectangle by using the fill. You can make the color anything. You can apply the stroke. Stroke is the boundary. Okay, let us do something contrasting and increase the pixels. See, now basically you can see there is a boundary. Let me increase it more so you can see clearly. Now you can see clearly. Okay, so stroke is used to create boundaries to your shape. Okay, and this decides the width of the stroke, and fill decides the color of the shape. Okay, now we go to, let me first tell you about this shape layer. See, whenever you create any shape, there is a shape layer that is added to this video layer. Okay, for any shape you create, this shape layer is created in the video layer. We can unsee, we can make it disappear by using this eye icon. Okay, so let me delete this layer. Now we use the pen tool. What is pen tool used? Okay, so pen tool is used to create custom shapes. You can create whatever shape you want to create using this pen tool. So now we are going to use the pen tool. See, what is the purpose of pen tool? It is used to create custom shapes. Like these are some predefined shapes. You can create circles and rectangles using this shape tool. But using pen tool, you can create your own custom shapes, whatever kind of shape you want to create. Okay, so let me, like, this is the shape I have created, and just long press the pen tool. You can see there is pen tool, there is add vertex tool, there is delete vertex tool, there is convert vertex tool, there is mask feather tool. I'm going to tell you one by one about it. See, basically, this add vertex tool is going to add another vertex on this line. If I click here, another vertex has been created here. Okay, or I can add another vertex here. I can add another vertex here, and I can also delete the vertex, these vertexes. And what does this convert vertex tool do? This convert vertex tool rounds the edges. Like if I do this, basically what it does is it makes the edges round. I can make this edge round. Okay, like if I make this, I can make these edges round. Okay, let me first turn off this. Now you can see clearly how things are happening. I can make this edge round, okay, according to my preference. So it is a custom shape. Okay, now let me tell you about this add vertex tool again. You can add more and more vertexes on this shape. Okay, and using the delete vertex tool, you can delete the vertexes. And this mask feather tool, I'm going to tell you later. Okay, now let us delete this shape layer, and I'm going to show you something more. Now we okay, now we see the video again, and we select the shape tool again, and with the video layer selected, you draw a shape. See what it does. Video layer, with the video layer selected, it makes a mask here. Okay, this is called masking. You can use these shape layers, or you can make your custom shapes from the pen tool, and you can create a mask so that the video layer is shown inside the mask only. Okay, or you can also subtract so that the video layer is shown outside of the mask. Okay, this is some basic things. Okay, this is called masking. Let me delete this mask. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you about the text layer. Okay, what does the text layer does? Of course, it is going to write text. So write any text. Here it is, and with the layer selected, you can scale the text up and down using this tool. Okay, see the another way to do this is go to the text layer, type S. You are going to see the scale. Okay, now you can scale the video, scale the layer. Now you can scale the layer. Okay, see the anchor point. See the anchor point. It is scaling up and down according to the anchor point. So you can go to the anchor tool and move the anchor tool to the center. And now do the scale with the selection tool selected. Okay. So now now your text scales according to the anchor point. Okay. And also you can create vertical text tool using this vertical type tool. Okay, you can long press it. Usually the horizontal type tool is the default one. You can select the vertical type tool from here. Select it. Let me first delete this text layer and I will show you what it does. See what it does? The text is written vertically. Okay, now I'm going to tell you another thing about this text. You can also move this text using position. Simply select the layer and type P and you get the position. This is the X position and this is the Y position. You can move the text in the X axis like this and you can move this text in Y axis like this. Okay, now I'm going to move it like this and move it a little bit right. Okay, slowly I'm going to tell you more about these properties, like this transform properties, this anchor point. Basically we talked about the anchor point. This is the position, scale, rotation and opacity. Okay, so let me tell you about this right now. What does the opacity tool does is you can make the layer completely disappear in the video. Okay, like this, and you can rotate the text or the layer you have selected like this according to your anchor point. See, the anchor point is there. The anchor point is here. Okay, let me just turn off the background for once. See? Okay, and now you can scale up and down, scale up or scale down. Okay, see, if you remove this link, and now the text will scale up, not proportionally. See, only the shape is scaling up in X direction, and if you choose the Y, it is scaling up in Y direction. Okay, this is what I would suggest you to not do this. Just leave it as it is and scale up or scale down. Then it is the position. This position is going to change the position. Obviously, I've told you about this. And the anchor point is going to change the position of anchor point. Okay. But I would prefer not to change it. Okay. So this is it. I'm going to tell you something else. Let me delete this layer. So now I'm going to tell you about brush tool. What is the function of brush tool and what it does. Okay. So select the brush tool. The shortcut is given here. Ctrl+B. So select the brush tool. But to use the brush tool, you have to open the layer panel. So how do you open the layer panel? Just simply click on the video layer. Double click on the video layer. And layer panel has been opened. So now you can use the brush tool to create strokes on the brush strokes on your video. Okay, now you can create brush strokes like this. Okay, so let me tell you more about this. You can use this paint panel. If you can't find this paint panel or brush panel from here, you can go to window and select this brushes. So let me this brushes disappear now, and you can also select the paint from here. Okay, let's click on it. Now, if you see the brushes, see this is hard round and this is soft round. So now I'm going to tell you about what is the difference between this hard round and soft round is. See, if you have prior knowledge of Photoshop or Illustrator, then you know what hard round and soft round are. I'm going to basically show you what these are. Okay. See, and this is hard round, and when I use soft round, okay, I use soft round. See the difference? The difference is clear. When you use hard round, it is going to be like very sharp around the edges, but when you see the soft round, it is going to be very soft on the edges. This is what hard round and soft round are. You just remove this, or you can use this paint tool to select the color which you want to use to create any brush strokes. Okay, this is what it does. So this brush tool is used to make brush strokes. Okay, so now just remove this layer panel. Now you have this composition, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about these windows. Okay, these panels. Now we take a text and horizontal tool and hit hello. Okay, select this text and go to the scale the video, and using P for position, just move the text here. Okay, now select the text again. Let us change the font of the text. Using this character panel, we can change the font of the text. Okay, we can use whatever font we want. Let us just use, okay, this is the font, and now I'm going to tell you about more of these panels. First, I tell you about this effects and presets panel. You can use this effects and presets panel to add effects to your layers. Okay, this is one of the most important things in After Effects, of course, and everything is based on this. Okay, so let me add a glow to our text if I want. Okay, like just take it and drag and drop on the text. You don't need to worry about this. This is what the project window, and this is the effects control panel. Okay, you can basically change and customize the values of the effects. Okay, so like I'm going to increase the glow radius. See, the radius of the glow is increasing. This is what the glow effect can do. You can also let us add another effect. Let us add Gaussian. Let us add Gaussian blur here. Let us see what it does. It blurs the text. Okay, Gaussian blur blurs the video layer. Okay, I can increase the blurriness from here. See all these effects that you add on this text layer. All these effects are going to be added here, and you can customize according to yourself. Okay, this was the effects control panel. See if I here you see the effects icon. If we remove this, the effect of that effect I'm talking about, these effects is removed, and if you remove this effects also, the glow is removed. If you add again, the glow is again added. If you click on here again, the blur is again. So there are many effects that you can add from here. These are like too much, and you need a lot of time to learn these effects. Okay, so just remove this text layer. Okay, now I'm going to tell you about this align panel. Okay, so let me just remove this Gaussian blur so we can see the text clearly, and select this text. And using this align panel, we can align our text. Okay, like it aligns according to the window. We can align left, we can align center, we can align right, we can align top, okay, and center also, or we can align at the center of the video. Okay, so one more thing, like if you click anywhere, you create a text layer. Okay, so make sure that you use the selection tool. Okay, so I wrote something. This is what align does. And now we delete the text layer and see more about this, learn more about these panels. This is the tracker panel. And what does this tracker panel do? This is useful in tracking objects. Okay, any object that has a high contrast in comparison to the background. For example, if there was a black object in this video, okay, that would be highly contrasting in comparison to this background, okay, which is mostly green and yellow and a little bit of white. Okay, so it would be highly contrasting, so the tracker will identify it, and according to we can use it to track anything. Like you see in the reels or the videos, they track their face or the head, and the camera moves according to the head so that the head stays in the center of the video. Okay, this is what it is. This is the preview. So basically the preview window is going to preview your video. Okay, this is what it is going to do. And when you see the info, it is nothing. It is going to just show you the RGB values. Yeah, like RGB values will be shown here, and XY coordinates of the cursor. Okay, see my text tool is right now again clicked. Now we use the selection tool. See, the RGB values are changing according to wherever I go. Okay, and XY coordinates also. So this is the function of info panel. Okay, these were all the panels that I told you about. Okay, this was the full tour of the After Effects interface. So now I'm going to make a simple project to show you how the tools are used to actually make a project. Okay, let me remove this. Okay, so now our first project, let me remove the effects control panel, and we are in the project. So we are in the first project composition. Now we create a shape first. Okay, I'm going to draw a circle. Okay, and I'm going to fill it with. Okay, that's okay. I've created a shape layer, and I'm going to use some properties. Select the shape layer and type S to get the scale. Now scale the object down. Here is the anchor point. Just go to the anchor tool and move the anchor tool to center of the shape or the circle. Okay, now you scale up and down. Okay, this is how you scale up and down. Okay, and now we take the position P. We can move the position of the circle. Okay, so now I am going to tell you about keyframing. See, here is the timer. It is the timer icon or stopwatch icon, whatever you can call it. This is used for keyframing. Okay, So just go to the start of the timeline and click on the timer. Okay, see, you have created a, you can see a diamond here. It is called a keyframe. See, what is a keyframe? It basically defines the state or the value of any property, okay, at that particular instant. At this particular instant, the keyframe defines that the position of the circle is this, okay. So basically, if we go here and move the position of the ball here, okay, so ball goes here, and at this instant, the keyframe defines that the position of the ball is this. So what is keyframe used for? Just let me play this one. Okay. See, let's call it a ball. The ball moves from initial position to final position like an animation. This is what the motion graphics look like. The graphics is moving. Okay. The ball is moving. This is what keyframe does. Let me move this keyframe a bit here. You can move the keyframes like here. Okay. See, now my ball will move faster. You can see the ball is moving faster. But can you see that the ball is not moving, like the motion is not natural, if you see. Look closely. Okay. The ball is not moving smoothly. There is not that smoothness in the movement. Okay. So to add that smoothness, go here. Okay. With that motion blur, enable it. And go to the video layer, the shape layer, and enable the motion blur. See, what does the motion blur does is, like in real life, if we see any object, like it is moving at very high speed, then object is blurred, okay, when it moves at a very high speed. Just like that, to simulate it, we are going to use this motion blur tool that it blurs the object when it moves at a higher speed, okay. So it makes the animation look good, okay. You can select this keyframe and change the position of the ball again, okay. Let me show you. See, the ball is blurred, okay. Without the motion blur, the ball is not blurred, okay. This is what motion blur does. It smoothens the animation, okay. So now we are going to make a simple project about simulating this ball by bouncing it on the ground. So just to simulate the bouncing ball, we are just going to remove these keyframes. So now we are going to use this circle to simulate a bouncing ball, okay. So to use it, we are going to first put a keyframe on it, the keyframe on the position. The ball is going to be bouncing like this, okay. So first take the ball midway, and you can do this, and we will simulate the bouncing ball, okay. We are going to make the ball bounce in 1 second, make the ball bounce on the ground, okay, and then after 1 second the ball goes back to its original position, okay. Okay, let me simulate. Okay, so now let me use this to get more details in the timeline. So instead of the ball bouncing at 1 second, we move it to 15 frames. Okay, move this keyframe, and this was the second keyframe at 2 seconds. Move it to 1 minute. Okay. Let me move it to 10 frames. Okay, and then the second one is 20 frames. So now we are going to copy these keyframes. Just select these keyframes. Okay, like this, and Control C, and move the playhead on the timeline, and paste Control V. Okay, make sure the distance between all the keyframes is same. The distance between each point is uniform. Okay, so now go and select all these keyframes again, and Control C. Okay, and let us move at 10 frames, and Control V again. Okay, so now let's see how our ball is moving. Okay, this is how the ball is moving, but there is a catch in it. See in real life how a ball moves. Okay, like when the ball goes up, it reaches a certain height, then it comes down, bounces off, and then it goes to a certain height, but the height is less than the previous. Then it again bounces, then it goes to a height less than the previous height, and then it again bounces, and it goes on like this. So we are going to make our ball move like that. See, when it goes at the height this, instead of this, we are going to place our ball here, and in the next cycle, when our ball reaches the height, we are going to place our ball here, and then in the next time here, and then in the next time here. Just select the keyframe and decrease it. Okay, just remember the Y value. Okay, it is 480. So the next time it goes up, previously it was 418, now we increase it to 518. Okay, and now we are talking about here. Yep, so now we see the animation of the ball is simulated. Okay, so it is looking pretty good. What you can see, you can actually observe the sudden jerkness and the movement of the ball. Okay, the ball is moving with a jerk, like it is going up, but it is coming down with a jerk. Okay, you can see like it is moving very suddenly. To make the animation smoother or make the ball bounce smoothly, we ease the keyframes. So how do you ease the keyframes? Just simple, just select all the keyframes. Okay, or select any keyframe and press F9. Okay, this is the hour clock. So what it does is it smoothens the animation. Let us preview the animation again. There is not that sudden jerkness in the movement. Okay, you can see the ball is moving a bit smoother. Okay, but still there is something missing in the movement of the ball. Can you point it out? See the animation. See, when the ball is moving down, okay, the speed of the ball is uniform. Okay, but in reality, in real world, when the ball reaches the height, okay, when the ball comes down because of the acceleration, the speed of the ball increases. Okay, this is what happens Okay, but the speed of the ball remains constant here. Okay, this is what is the difference. Okay, to make that happen, what we are going to do to make the animations much realistic, uh, as we may have seen in real world, there is a curve in the movement. Okay, like the speed increases like this. Okay, speed increases like this, and then it decreases like this. Okay, when the ball is going down, the speed is increasing like this. Okay, because of the acceleration, and when the ball is moving like upwards, the speed is decreasing. Okay, because of the gravity. Okay, this is where the graph editor inside After Effects is useful. Okay, I'm going to tell you about the graph editor in a bit. So first select all the keyframes, and this is the graph editor. Click on it and you see the graph. Okay, let me just edit the speed graph. Okay, this is the speed graph. Click here, click on this button and edit the speed graph. Okay, so how is the speed going? It is going like this. Okay, the speed is first decreasing and then increasing. Okay, so let me okay let me
So now the ball is bouncing perfectly. Let us see. Let us preview the bouncing. Let me show you the graph corresponding to these keyframes. So this is the graph. When it comes down, then the speed increases. Okay, and when it goes up, the speed decreases until it becomes 0. This is how it is. Okay.
So now, as we have created the bouncing ball project, so it is time to save into the internal storage. So there are two ways to do it. You can simply go to file, you can go to export, and there are two ways you can do it. If you don't have media encoder, you can simply choose render queue. So you can go to file, then you can go to export and add to render queue. So just select the lossless, check the format to AVI, click OK, and then we are going to select the location. The major problem in render queue is the format. You will not find H.264 format, which is for exporting in MP4 format. So you would not be able to open your file. So you would have to use a special software to open your file. So to avoid this, you can go to file and choose the media encoder. So media encoder will export the file in MP4 format. If the Adobe media encoder is not showing, then you have to download media encoder. So here is the interface of media encoder. Just select the format as H.264 and then select match source high bitrate, and then select the location where you want to save your file and the name for it. Select the name as bouncing ball and just save into the location. Use maximum render quality. Just leave these preset options as for now and click OK. Now go to this green button, click to export this file to the internal storage, and your file has been exported.
So now you know how to simulate a bouncing ball in After Effects, and it gives a pretty good idea about the keyframes and the graph editor, okay, which can be used in many future projects. So now you know basic things about After Effects. You know the interface of After Effects, what things are used for what purpose, and when to use what. So it gives a pretty good idea, and now you have a starting point to become a master at motion graphics. So this was the session on After Effects. I know learning this complex interface will take some time, it will take some effort, but once you learn it, it is going to be easy. You can make something unique. That is it for this video, and if you have watched till the end, then thanks. It was good session, and you need to be patient if you want to learn motion graphics, okay, because the possibilities of motion graphics is endless, okay, and you can learn so many things. So this was just an introductory session to get you familiar with the interface of After Effects and give you a hands-on experience, okay. Thanks for attending this session. Bye.